Hey there, YouTubers. JB Coins here with kind of an unusual video, but very much tied to what we like doing, which whether we're coin roll hunting, copper hoarding, silver hoarding, collecting gold, coins, silver coins, pennies, nickels, anything like that. This hole in the ground really has a lot to do with what we do. It even has a fair amount to do with where we live, but that's kind of another story. Basically, what you're looking at is the Kennecott Rio Tinto Bingham Canyon mine in Utah. It's 15 miles or so southwest of Salt Lake City. And what makes this thing significant is it's considered one of the largest holes in the earth. It can be seen from space by satellite. This thing, I'll tell you the stats on the production output of this thing, but in doing the research to do that, because that kind of blew me away, the numbers that I'm going to tell you, and I think they'll blow you guys away. But you know, we like our history here. So in doing the research on this, all the research initially said that this mine's been in continuous operation since 1903. Well, yeah, if you only count the Kennecott portion of the operation, because the Kennecott mine in Alaska, Kennecott, Alaska, invested 25% in the existing mine that was already there. The interesting thing about this is the middle, obviously near Salt Lake City. This is the middle of Mormon country. And in 1848, there were two brothers named Sanford and Thomas Bingham, for which the canyon is named. They lived there on that land and they grazed their cattle there. And they were devout Mormons. And so they were kind of poking around and they found out about these minerals that were on the land. And they checked into it and found out that the minerals, were worth something. So not knowing what to do on their own, they went to their leader, Brigham Young himself, who was alive at the time, what they should do about the land and whether they should pursue the mineral rights and pursue mining this land. And as many of us in this hobby have been told many times by bankers, coin dealers, and other folks that try to discourage us along the way, he told them, nah, it's not worth doing anything. And so they didn't. They didn't file a claim. They didn't do anything with the land. And in fact, they moved out of the area completely and gave the land away, gave it up, turned it over to a fellow Mormon. Eventually, the first claim was filed on the land in 1863. But it wasn't until 1903 that after it changed hands a few times that it really kind of took off. And then, like I say, Kennecott mining operation got involved in it and things really went nuts. But what's amazing is that what you see here, the mining benches, this thing's a couple miles deep. It's several miles across, obviously, quite a few miles across. This thing, every year since 1903, has been cranking out copper, silver, gold, lead, and various other forms of molybdenum. They're all in the same family of minerals. In 2011, which is the last year of stats that I could find on this place, it turned out 237,000 tons of copper at that point providing 18 to 25% of all the copper consumed by the United States. 18 to 25% a year came out of that hole. Side product of the copper happened to be this stuff called gold. 379,000 troy ounces of gold each year, according to the 2011 records. And then another byproduct besides the lead and some of this other stuff, things that go in your toothpaste and stuff like that, is this little thing called silver. 3.2 million troy ounces of silver every year for 100 years. I mean, think about that, guys. 237,000 tons of copper, 379,000 troy ounces of gold, and 3.2 million troy ounces of silver every year out of that one hole. Isn't that amazing? Now it had a slide. It had a major slide, I believe 2016, something like that. So a big part of the operation's been shut down temporarily while they clean that up, and that was because they were actually expanding the mine, trying to get more production out of it. So that impacted the silver prices and the gold prices and various other things. But be that as it may, I wanted to show you this, and I wanted to not just show you the normal, gee, this is the biggest hole and you can't fly over it and all this kind of BS that people put out there. I wanted you to kind of have the real history of it and how it impacts, hell, a lot of the coins that we're handling when we're coin roll hunting may have originated right in that hole. So that's pretty cool. And that goes for anything from 1903 till now. So hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you found it interesting. Maybe you learned something here. I did. Please continue to like, share, subscribe. Click that button on the bottom that makes you a super subscriber, the notification button. It'll get a notification every time we put a new video up. And please continue to comment for sure. And till next time, JP Coins signing off.